okay, not reading the lore and stuff, it doesn't. Like, they'll explain something, and then chapters later, they've done something completely different. And you're like, why? Like, the blacksmith that makes the swords.
Oh, yeah.
Completely opposite to what they said about the swords, that they just come from the people, and they can be as big as skyscrapers. It just depends on what the person wants to do. It's based on
I don't know about those.
Reiatsu.
No, I think when they talk about those swords, I think the swords get molded. Don't the swords get molded by the person?
Yes, yeah. The person is the person who creates the sword. It's not the blacksmith was never mentioned until they brought Team Zero in. It's like just this thing that you're like, oh, there's a blacksmith that makes the swords, and you're like, but you said before that the sword. So it's like, oh, you guys, the sword. Like even when he gets stabbed, right? He gets the sword based off like that, him turning into a Shinigami, right? There's no thing about him turning into Shinigami having to go to a blacksmith who then makes him a sword based on himself or whatever. It's completely like instantaneous, and the shape, the way the sword is.
But also remember the way he also became. He was like borrowing Rukia's power as well, wasn't he?
Yeah,
when he first became one.
He was.
That was his first form, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then like, oh, you're actually.
I can understand that to a degree, as in, but it does feel like they kind of retcon stuff. But
yeah, that's because I feel like that the system just changed on the fly. Like one thing I said to Demi a lot of time. Like to me, Bleach became hype. It was like even when you read or watch like Burn the Witch, a lot of it is just hype. Nothing is really explained. Like even all the Hados and stuff, right? There's like he goes, oh, Hado 900 and whatever. Sorry, and it's just like, oh, we can just make any magic thing and just pull out a number. Like it's just magic, right? There's no system around it. It's just magic that can be whatever the fuck we want it to be at the time. And Aizen pulls out Hados from his asshole. Like everyone just does any Hado they want at any particular time. It just does whatever they need to do. You know what I mean? And there's no, even though you can sort of get away with, like, you know, Hunter x Hunter, yeah, you meet people and they have random skills that are random and shit, but there's a base system in play that lets you like believe it, and there are limits to it by understanding how the system works. Like you can't suddenly, if you want to be like crazy strong in Hunter x Hunter, you have to sacrifice quite a lot, like what Gon did to get really strong. Like he just sacrificed his life basically. And with Bleach and the Hado system, it's fucking Harry Potter. I can't even say that. It's just rude. Harry Potter probably has a system in place for how magic works, but in Bleach, it doesn't feel like it's there.
I think they do that because the Hado thing, it has like its part in it, but it's not like as important as maybe the swords or whatever. They just do it. They do Hado, but no one really gets defeated by that. Does that make sense?
No. People get defeated about Hados.
No, but I mean, it's not like...
They do like freaking...
It doesn't...
Kamehamehas with it.
Yeah, but I mean, it
Hados
doesn't
are
really...
like key blasts.
Like, there's a lot of power in the Hados. Like, yeah, not everyone uses it, but when it's used, it usually, like, it mobilizes people, it destroys hollows, it's not like something that I feel you can sort of excuse as like, oh, it's just this extra thing that's in the story, but you know, don't worry about it don't think about it too much. It's not that important. But I guess do use it.
I guess they do use it, but I guess for me, I don't really see it as, because I know that you to do it, you need to generally kind of be a bit proficient in it, but it's not something that I feel needs to kind of be explained that, oh, there's different degrees of it. I just know that some people, generally the ones who are smart, are really good at it. So you have like someone like Urahara who'll be able to do it really well.
Yeah.
Then you have someone like Rukia's brother who'd be possibly be able to do it well, Aizen do it well. But then you also have people like Ichigo who will not be able to do it well because that's not his type, his character type. He's not like a brawler, whereas you have those other characters who will be adept in it. It's true, but we never saw him do it. So
we don't know. They don't tell us.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like you don't.
Yeah, I say that we have to fill in the story. We have to fill in the gaps ourselves. It can't be like, this is why Ichigo doesn't do Hado. It's just, well, he's a brawler type, I suppose, and maybe he's not proficient at it as blah. Like, we're making excuses as to why the story is that way. We're not saying this is exactly why. But
did they really have to tell us why Ichigo doesn't?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't need to.
We didn't. Yeah, back then we didn't give a crap. But
even now, I feel like even now, I feel like even now it wasn't that necessary because you know the people who can do it or the people who will do it, they're going to do it, and you'll be like, oh, okay, that person is good at doing
I'll give
stuff
an
like
example.
that will be incorporated in his fighting style. Like you rarely see Aizen fight with a sword, but you saw him do all of his magic stuff, and you're like, oh, okay, it is what it is. That's just what he does, I guess. That's
yeah.
Well, usually when I fight for this, he did do a lot. He did do a lot of Hados, but all the time he just uses like Shikai or whatever,
and just walk
people, and then just
walk past them, and then they'll just die.